up, you guys? It's Allison. Welcome back to the Tiny Herd. It is Vlogmas day 10, and obviously I'm in a weird spot, in a weird little hunched position right now. Today I am going to be cleaning out the fish tank. So I'm going to show you guys where I'm at this point, and then the reason I'm in this weird spot is because my sink is right here, and I'm going obviously to be using that to clean out the fish tank. So let me show you where I'm at and what I've done so far. So really quick, if you don't know what the heck fish tank I'm talking about, since I don't have any fish tank videos on my channel, I will link the video up above where I talk about the new pet that I'm getting and do a little haul. So make sure you go check that out too. Okay, so here's where we're at. This was sitting out in our garage and it had rocks and old fake plants in it, which I just dumped in the trash, which was too hard to do on camera. So I just went ahead, dumped all that out. You can see the tank is dirty. It has that sound that my nail just made when it hit that. It just gave me chills. That was awful. It needs cleaned out. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this off because this is like calcium buildup, but we're gonna see if we can get that off, and then we're gonna sort through all of this stuff. I did end up seeing that I do have filters in here. There's actually 3 perfectly fine filters in here, so probably gonna use these to start off with. I am eventually planning on getting a sponge filter, I think, but we're gonna start off with this because it's a low, what's the word I'm looking for? Low current filter. That's the filter that came out of here. You can see this is really dirty. Everything pretty much has calcium buildup on it. So we're gonna see if we can get that off. There's 2 heaters in here. I don't know where this heater came from, to be honest. I must have had it when I had a really tiny tank at some point, but I have one of these heaters. So basically we are going to clean all of this stuff off, make sure it's nice and clean and sanitized and all of that, see if we can get the calcium buildup cleaned up, and then sometime soon we are going to be setting all this stuff up and seeing if, you know, make sure the filter works, make sure the heater works and all of that. But for today's video, pretty much what I'm going to be doing is cleaning this and making sure that it all is nice and clean and ready for a new fish. Okay, so I have the tank and the heater here. I don't know the best way to go about doing this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start cleaning it out and see if like how well dish soap works to start off with, and then we're gonna kind of go from there on our cleaning supplies. Awkward angle update. So I have the heater and the fish tank both cleaned out. I ended up using this steel wool to get the calcium off of the glass of the fish tank, which worked super well. I was a little afraid it was going to scratch the glass, but it didn't for my fish tank. So you can use steel wool to clean the calcium deposits off of things. But be aware that steel wool does scratch a lot of things because it's very abrasive. So don't just, like, you know, go in cleaning something because you could scratch it really badly. So just test it first, but this worked really well for cleaning the glass. Okay, so here is our progress. The tank is super clean now. I'm gonna dry it off here in a second. I got the filter all cleaned out really well. Mostly it just needed wiped down, but there are some spots, like you can see that spot, that I'm gonna have to try to take the steel wool to it maybe. I just didn't want to scratch it too much, so I might soak that or try something else. Pretty much everything else I got clean. All the little pieces to the filter and everything I was able to get all the way clean, so that was good. And then for the top of the tank, I actually took the light off of it so that I could wash it really well, because I'm not actually going to be using the fish tank light because I bought one since I'm gonna have plants. So make sure again that you go watch that video where I do my haul and kind of talk about what I'm planning on doing for this setup, because it explains a little bit more about what I'm planning on doing and what I'm using and why. So I pretty much have my tank clean now. I'm gonna dry all of this stuff off and then see where I'm at. Okay, so we are now down in my basement, which is where the fish tank's actually going to go. It's going to go right here on our little basement counter. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up our little timer power strip here. And basically what I'm gonna do at this point is just put water in here, and that's it, because I just wanna make sure that the heater still works and I wanna make sure the filter works. So pretty much just going to do that, and then put this new little thermometer in there to make sure that the heater is working, just to get a good temperature read. So basically we're just gonna fill it up and make sure that everything's working, and I'll come back later and check that, you know, the filter is running correctly and that the water is heating up to the correct temperature. Okay, here we are. So obviously when I do the full setup, all these cords are not going to be like this, but basically what I've done, I filled it up with water. I attached the little temperature thing, so you can see that it's currently 56 degrees. I put my light on, I put my heater on, which is set at 82 degrees right now, and then I have my filter ready to turn on. So at this point, I'm basically just ready to turn everything on, plug it all in, and then come check it later and see that everything's working. I'm gonna go ahead and set the light to be on the timer, just to check and make sure that the timer works right. And then of course the other two are gonna plug into the always on side of the charger or power strip, so that those are always on. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this up and we'll see that everything's working. Okay, so we are all set up and ready to go. I do still need to set the timer for the light to make sure that'll work correctly, but everything else is pretty much set up. I'm really glad I did that. I don't know if you guys can see that stuff floating around, but there was definitely dust and dirt and stuff inside the actual filter. So it's good to set it up and test it and run it ahead of time so that all of that crap can run through and everything can be nice and clean for whenever I set it up with the plants and the fish. So I am gonna say that the heater is working. We'll come back and check it later, but since it's been on, which has been like literally only a couple of minutes, the temperature has gone from 56.3 to 56.5. I don't know if that's just room temperature heating up or if it's the actual heater, But you can see I put the temperature probe on one end of the tank and I put the heater on the other end of the tank so that I can make sure that it's heating the entire tank. So we will come back and check and see how this does later on. Hopefully everything works correctly and goes well, and then we can set it up with the plants and stuff probably next week. So thanks guys for watching today's vlog. I hope you enjoyed getting to see my little fish tank clean and set up. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions on decorating the tank when I get the plants and everything. Let me know if you have any advice on fish tanks, since I'm pretty new to setting up a planted tank and all of that. Again, the video where I talk about specifically what I'm doing and show my haul will be linked down below and also up in the cards if you guys want to check that out. But that is pretty much what I was planning on doing today, and I feel like it went pretty well. So I hope you guys enjoyed getting to watch that, and I will see you in tomorrow's vlog.